You're still watching the Spotlight. My name is Johnny Sempij and we're live at Nakivubo Stadium. So much is really happening here. Remember, we're having the CAF officials who are here to look at the good work really going on. I would really say good work because with me, I'm already convinced. Well, they came from Nambole and then they are at Nakivubo. But with me, I had the proprietor of this whole project, Hamis Kiggundu. Haji Hamis Kiggundu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, looking at what's really going on, how are you sure that this work is supposed to be the way it's really happening?
No, from a realistic perspective, it isn't about how sure I am. It's about the work I've done, yeah. And I think it speaks for itself and it speaks loud.
Okay. As starters, those who have not really been here, can you really paint a picture for them how this place looks like as a person?
No, I think since we are live, they can see it. And it is a given fact that this is a stadium that is standard. It is running 115 meters by 68 meters, which is the main standard of a stadium. But on top of a football stadium, we are going to have a tennis basketball court on that side and a netball court on the other side. We have other facilities like a training gym and boxing. We've got very beautiful change rooms and the setup, like you can see, we have ordinary seating on the other side for the football and this other side. Then we've got VIP seating on this other side and VVIP sitting right below them and executive boxes, of course, okay, which are self-contained. Okay. Toilets, TVs, you know, everything is inside there.
Okay,
Fridges.
We're seeing so much, of course, happen. We're seeing the netball pictures, we're seeing the other sports disciplines. I mean, what's this all about? Other sports disciplines, of course, being portrayed on around the stadium. What is this all about?
No, those are advertising boards, but before the stadium is done, we decided to make it a little bit busy with different kinds of sports that are going to be accommodated within the facility. Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's look at the architecture plan. We saw the officials from CAF are really looking at the plans here. Were they really convinced on look of things? Do you think they're really convinced with what you've really put up here?
But that's all I've been telling Ugandans over and over. When you are constructing a stadium, it's not like you're constructing a private home. You construct in accordance with the standards and regulations that are provided for, because it wouldn't make business sense with the amount of money I've injected here to do a stadium that wouldn't accommodate international matches. So when I'm constructing a stadium, I follow regulations that are within the guidelines of FIFA, okay, the international body. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Of course, that's Mr. Haji Hamis Kiggundu, of course, trying to really portray a picture of what's really happening. And with him, I believe he's also convinced with the kind of work really going on. So much is really happening. Remember, we're bidding for the AFCON2027, and that's the Pamoja East African tournament. You can't wait to see this really happen. The Pamoja bid, that's meant to really be happening in Uganda and Tanzania and Kenya. Not forgetting, we have some, of course, challenges. Those are the challengers who are also bidding for the same. But I believe on the look of things, we must have done some great work. Well, Haji, of course, before I really let you go, are there any last words to the Ugandans who have not really been here?
No, the fact is, what I would want to tell my fellow Ugandans that this is not just a stadium, but a legacy. If Kiggundu, one of your own, has illustrated that he can do this stadium, that means we all can, because it's our obligation to develop our country. Let us be patriotic, let us love our country, and let us strive towards achieving the same. And I also want to call out government to be supportive, to put structures, systems and policies that are supportive when it comes to local investment. And last, I want to give assurance to Ugandans that before close of this year, maybe between November and December, this stadium is going to be open for games. Like you can see at such a moment, we are now in the final stages of laying the turf. Once the turf is ready, the stadium will be good to go. And maybe if it finishes, we are in the finishing stages, but between, God willing, inshallah, between November and December, this stadium will be ready to use for Ugandans. Okay,
interesting. For Ugandans, and that's from the proprietor himself, Haji Hamis Kiggundu. Of course, confirming this stadium will be ready, and we're expecting so much to really happen. I'm telling you, I didn't believe this. I didn't know this would really happen, but I'm very convinced that this stadium can host a